Hello, friends. This is Michelle, and I just wanted to stop in and tell you all that while a lot of my orchids have died and gone to that special place they go when they no longer survive, a good portion of them, because I have had a rough 6-7 months. Good rough, bad rough, doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It takes a lot of energy to keep your orchids alive, and that became priority number 10 on my list of things to do. But I just wanted to check in, tell you that I am fighting through. I don't know if you can see the lack of sleep there in the eyes, but it has been a whirlwind of 6 months, and working with my doctors, working with new diagnoses, we possibly have come up with a reason for why I was coughing for 16 straight months in a row. Every night, cyclically, at about 6:30 at night, I would start this cough, and it would leave me alone all day long, and then boom, it would start, and then it would take me through my sleep cycle, which wrecked the sleep cycle, which in turn turned into other things happening with my sleep cycle. So I am exhausted because I am waiting. I am 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 months. I don't know how many months it's been. It's been at least 3 months that I noticed my oxygen levels while I sleep are dropping down into the 70 percentiles. Yes, 70, not 95 or 96. Or 100% oxygen in my body. Nope, not happening. And in the day, it's perfectly fine. When I walk around and do those little finger tests with the oxygen around the doctor's office, around and around and around, it drops a little bit, but not into the 70s or the 80s. So I have finally done one phase of a sleep study, and it has taken insurance forever. If you live in the United States, sometimes doctors know best, patient knows best, and insurance goes, there's just not enough facts. I need more facts. Can you send me more facts? So my sleep doctor, has sent in more requests and answered their question, and then they denied it. And so we just went ahead and did the first stage a couple weeks ago, and now I have to wait yet another week to find the answer to that, to see if I failed enough to officially go into the sleep lab and get all the stickery probes put back on me and pass or fail that test in order to move on to the next phase, which we are pretty much certain it is not sleep apnea, where I am having a blockage in my breathing capacities in my throat, but more of a central sleep apnea, which is a whole nother monkey in the circus of my life that I do not need. Central sleep apnea is caused by the brain and nerves not communicating with the diaphragm that tells you to breathe. And so your body builds up with carbon dioxide until eventually the body takes over and makes you wake up, and you're running for your life, it feels like. And it's really hard to get diagnosed for this, and it's really hard to try to fix it. So I still am exhausted, but I'm hopeful that we can get a hold of it. And if we do, then there's the road ahead of us of try this, try that. Prove that this machine didn't help. Prove that that machine didn't help for insurance to do the next steps, which would be, I'm in the Target parking lot here, wondering if someone was shaking my door. The next steps would be a neurologist that would have to take maybe more pictures of my brain. And back to the cardiologist, who would have to make sure my heart is not changed from a year ago when they did the full heart workup. And there might be something that's triggering the breathing, flowing, or if it's not triggering it, all of this for a year may have made complications to my heart and weakened certain aspects of it. So it's a road ahead of us. I've read that there are people that have devices put in the diaphragm, and it's electrical impulse to the nerve, and it just tells your body to keep on doing the breathing thing, which is very important when you sleep. But those are things I've been struggling with. But I had a beautiful, beautiful wedding for my daughter and got to plan that. I had lots of energy. The God's grace was on us. I had strength. I had energy. I was able to be in the present. There were days I thought I was going to be walking down that aisle with a cane in my hand, but I would do it for my girl. But it was perfect. It was beautiful. It was just what she dreamed of and we dreamed of, and a small family reunion that stayed at our house afterwards was just magical. And for a couple of weeks, and that was the original reason I stopped making videos, because she was priority. Health was the second priority, and making videos was just not in the picture. And then when I tried to make a video, which I did, I made like 4 or 5 of them on good days, but you never saw them because I couldn't get in to the editing to do all that, because the screen I was using was old, and Dad didn't have time to fix and create the hardware, software, change the screen, all that, while we were prepping for daughter's wedding, because he was building the deck, building the archway, building things in the house to get ready for the family reunion / wedding. So I waited, but when I would use the hardware and the old software and the old screens, it would trigger migraines. So the payoff was I could make a 7-minute video, it's usually like 45 minutes, and then I edit it down to 7 or 8 minutes, but it would take me 3 days because the migraine, I'd have to stop and start, and it wasn't worth getting migraines for that. So that came to a halt. But we have some new equipment, we have a new program, and we have time. Now I just need to have energy. I'm chipper right now because it has been literally, 2 weeks since I've been able to get out in the car by myself, drive and do errands that I feel like doing. Like, I am shopping for my granddaughter's birthday's coming up, and I'm so excited. It's like, I know what I'm gonna get. Little girl's turning 11, and there's a lot of fun stuff out there. So I just wanted to pop in and run to Target, but then I thought, since I have a wee bit of energy, I've never done a complete video that was just done on my phone and then not edited. I'm going to try that. So you get what you get. You get me in my hat and my glasses and my baggy eyes. You get me in my car. No fancy editing. Maybe I don't even think I have an orchid that's in bloom. Nope, don't even have that. And we will try to stay connected as I get energy. I want to be in touch with you guys. I know that a lot of you who have joined lately or who have commented on videos lately, it is in the realm of the health aspect of my channel, not so much the orchids. So going forward, I know that primarily my content will be about life with the chronic illnesses, life with different diagnoses, and orchids may show up, but I don't think that I will be purchasing any more orchids. In fact, I looked at them the other day and thought, okay, 50% of you have died and you're still too many orchids for me. But I take care of them. I love them. I do my best. And when they are barely hanging on, I say to them, swim or sink, baby, swim or sink, because I'm doing all that I can. I can't baby you in the ICU anymore. I ain't got time for that. Mama don't have time. And in a day or two, they either perk up or they fall over and they end up in the trash bin. And it sounds wicked. And I thought to myself, oh, you are bad, Michelle. You need to repent. One of the ones I was favoring and holding on to, and I moved it to a more strategic area next to the lights, and I pampered it in my little tiny ICU corner. And I looked at it, and the the one remaining tall leaf fell off. I said, that's okay. She's got 2 fat bulbs. She's going to grow some new stuff. And then I came in 2 days later, and I went to pick her up to water her, and she was mushy. I just said, oh, poor thing, you died. Yay. And I put her in the trash bin, and I said to myself, you are wicked bad. But it relieved the stress off of me. It did. Having to fix something that wasn't bringing me joy, and to hold on to it, it wasn't bringing me joy. And so I want to put my energies and my hope and my love into things that do bring me joy. Caring for the orchids that are thriving, that does bring me joy. If it's a special orchid, I do my best. But some of them have never flowered for me in the 4 or 5 years. And I just, like, when it finally, they peter out on me, I go, well, c'est la vie. I guess I never got to meet you. And out they go. But I won't be buying any new orchids unless, everyone who grows orchids says that. Unless maybe they're a gift or it's a holiday and I find a special one. I do replace or add in, not replace. I do add in orchids from the grocery store and Trader Joe's as my house becomes barren. When the colors kind of fade and there's nothing up, I have to replace those things. That's just mandatory color in my life. I miss chatting with you guys. I miss seeing you. If you missed me, if you want to know anything else, if you have ideas of things you would love for me to share with you about in my life that's not too personal, I can gladly appreciate some comments down below because, both my husband and I have been through a lot, and we're not even in the middle of it. We're just beginning some things, and the road ahead of us has a lot of unknowns. So I'll just leave it at that. I love you guys. I miss you. Thanks for being a part of Michelle's Life on Repeat. I often think of you guys while I'm sitting in my chair doing nothing. I call it nothing, but I am actually reading. I'm learning a new language. I'm learning Japanese so I can communicate with my daughter-in-law and my grandchildren. And I like to think I'm improving. I'm improving better than I was a half a year ago when the wedding was a distraction. So I'm staying busy. I'm napping a lot. I am just being wise with my resources. I'm learning new cooking skills. I'm learning Japanese cooking. And that's what we're going to do for lunch. Go home and make some more yummy soups and noodle dishes. I wish you well. I wish you peace. And until we talk again, bye-bye.